Welcome to the Member Highlights segment on today's Smart Chiropractor show. Today we're going to take a look at Dr. Sukhi. He is somebody who has done a fantastic job building out knowledge services online. I don't think we as chiropractors should be only restricted to our circle of practice on the impact that we can make. And Dr. Sukhi is a great example of somebody who has gone worldwide. He's gone international. He is putting it all out there in knowledge-based services that can reach far more people, that can generate additional revenue, and that also, he just does a great job doing it. So we're going to take a look at his page. Jason, I'm going to share that page. I'm going to kick it over to you for some thoughts on knowledge services and products, what you think Dr. Sukhi is doing right, and why docs listening and watching should really pay attention to this topic.
You know, I think sometimes we'll say a few things that might be a little bit controversial, but hey, that's the way of the world right now. So here at the Smart Chiropractor, we're going to call it the way we see it. And the way we see it is that many times chiropractors have it backwards. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that most chiropractors are under the assumption that people are coming in with their symptoms. They're coming in to get their symptoms relieved. And some of them want to learn more about that. That to us is backwards, because there's a lot of people that actually want to learn what you know. And one of the things I'm going to say, shortchange ourselves as chiropractors that we don't really think about is how much we know, how much you have to share and teach other people about their bodies, about how their bodies work, about what it means to be healthy, what it means not to be healthy, and the distinction between health being function and health being a lack of symptoms. Those basic ideas are revolutionary for people in your community. And when they hear them, they oftentimes go, well, that makes sense. Why hasn't anybody ever taught me that before? And depending on the type of chiropractor that you are, maybe I'll be more specific, depending on the type of person that you are, you have likely a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and experience to help all kinds of people with all kinds of things above and beyond laying on a table and providing a physical adjustment. And if you'll reverse the order that most chiropractors, again, I believe have backwards, and teach them up front, connect with them up front about your passion, whether it's performance in sports, performance in business, reducing stress. There's a whole industry called life coaching these days. What's that? It's how to think about having a healthy, functional, optimal life and lifestyle, whether it's at work, whether it's relationships, whether it's money, whether it's parenting, whether it's taking care of yourself. People are starving for good common sense knowledge to teach them how to think about their life, think about their body, think about their health, and then the recommendations for the products and services that they need in order to do that. Now, Dr. Sukhi, from what I understand, makes a significant living teaching people, coaching people, offering people knowledge, and they then become patients over time because they're like, wait, this guy's a genius. This guy's helped me with all these different things. Oh, in order for me to reach that potential, I should be doing these things, including getting adjusted regularly. You got it, doc. You had me at hello. So if you start being a teacher first and a practitioner second or adjuster second, you'll find a significant difference in the type of quality of people that you attract to your practice and the expectations they have from you. And I think we're sort of at a phase in the evolution of the profession, maybe even in your practice, where instead of giving people what they want, which of course is a fast fix for free, all of us would rather, if we had the option, we'd love to get out of pain as quickly as possible, as cheap as possible. But the reality is it's usually not that simple. You can say it is. You can go, okay, well, yeah, we adjusted you. Feel better. Your headache's gone. Terrific. Call me back when it comes back at about $50 worth or whatever your adjustment fee is. That's the way many chiropractors, I would dare say most chiropractors, approach their practice and approach their community. If you'll start using these technologies, and that's really the game changer in today's world versus the past. Now, those of you that have been around for a while, the biggest practices historically were those practices that had some sort of workshop or some sort of orientation that people actually went through before they started care. Why? For this exact reason. People don't understand the difference in what chiropractors do. In fact, let me be so bold as to say that most chiropractors could not tell you, let me say it this way, if there were 10 chiropractors lined up in front of you, they were all chiropractors, you may even know all 10 of them, and you're a chiropractor yourself, could you tell me the difference between what all of them do? Do they all do the same thing? No, that's one of the things we complain about on a regular basis. We don't all do the same thing. We're never all going to do the same thing. Not going to happen. So by being a teacher first, you are helping people make the right choice to choose you for the reasons you believe they should choose you. And that can either be, in one level, an easy way for people to come on into your practice with the proper expectations of the type of chiropractor you are, for the type of care you offer, or it can be its own freestanding business in and of itself. If you haven't noticed, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, email, there are influencers, there are health professionals, there are coaches, there are experts who make millions of dollars every year sharing their knowledge, sharing their wisdom, sharing their experience, and sharing how they can have a better quality of life by learning from you. In fact, if you want a good example of that, you should go over to our brand new podcast called Interviews by the Smart Chiropractor on Spotify and on Apple. And you'll learn our first release was actually also with a chiropractor that no longer provides adjustments, but makes a lot of money teaching people how they can take care of themselves. This is becoming more and more common. Now, why would you want to do that? You go, I'm a chiropractor. I love getting adjusted. I love adjusting. I use my hands. That's heresy to think that a chiropractor should do something besides adjust. And some of you can believe that, but others of you will find as you get a little bit older and life happens, and whether you have a physical injury, we've got interviews with people that were injured, they're chiropractors. What would you do then if you couldn't use your hands? Are you worthless as a chiropractor? Absolutely not. So perhaps expand how you consider and think about what you do. Nobody is diminishing the value of adjustments. We're saying that you're much more valuable than only providing adjustments. Whether you're doing it because you want to serve people better, whether you're doing it because you want to generate income that doesn't require you to be over a table in an office every single day, there's all kinds of reasons why having a knowledge-based part of your practice, we call it teach and bite consistently. You may do online courses, you may do a members area, you may do one-on-one coaching, you may do group coaching, but you are sharing and in some cases selling your knowledge because that's what people want up front. And the best way to do it is to integrate them all. Teach people, let them get to know you, let them learn about you. They're going to want your services once you're their guru or their doctor. Once you've led them towards benefits and proven your effectiveness, they're going to go, what else you got, doc? What else should I do to experience a better quality of life or to help me with XYZ problem? Having a knowledge part of your practice is an essential part of your practice today, and it's going to become even more essential in the future.
I could not agree more. Dr. Sukhi is a great example of a doc taking action, getting out there, and he is refined, right? He's been doing it a little while, but if you are looking to just get started, head over to thepaydaypractice.com. You can pick up our book, start to detail some of the first steps that you can take. And this ties into a membership discussion that we had at the beginning. We're also going to have at the end of today's show. Because this is such an important topic, and because we believe regardless of how you approach clinical practice, there are opportunities for you to connect with more people, to make a bigger impact, to generate more revenue, and to utilize that following that you've spent so much time building and curating online and helping people in progressive and modern ways. That doesn't take away from the hands-on care that you are providing. It can enhance it. So that's for our member highlight segment on today's show. Thank you so much for watching this video on the Smart Chiropractor. To not miss a single thing that's clinically oriented, marketing oriented, or more, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel today.